Oh, hockey fans. Well, we've reached the month of April, the home stretch, the final 17 days of the regular season. The season ends on the 17th, on the 19th. The madness known as the Stanley Cup Playoffs start. And as for today, we got, as usual on Tuesdays, it's quite busy. 10 games on the slot, a good bit of them playoff relevant. Speaking of playoffs, it's a crazy day. And no, not for the obvious reason. And this is no fool and this is no Joe. And yes, I'm going to have to go into LeBron mode. Not one, not two, not three, not four. 5 teams. 5 of them can clinch playoff spots today. Wild. So, let's talk about it, shall we? First off, the Maple Leafs, who are leading the Atlantic Division by 3 points. They had a chance to clinch when they were idle on Sunday, but the scenario didn't fall through. Tonight, they are idle again, but they can get in. One or two things has to happen. Either the Canadiens lose or the Blue Jackets lose. Doesn't matter how, because Toronto is 1 point away from getting in. And the Canadiens are in sunrise against the reigning defending undisputed Stanley Cup heavyweight champions. And while the Blue Jackets are facing the Predators, who are already done. So Toronto Maple Leafs fans, some of whom I know, some of whom I um, follow me on Twitter, they will definitely be watching for sure. Carolina Hurricanes also have another chance to clinch. That's just much like the Leafs. They had a chance to clinch. Actually, I had to correct myself. Toronto wasn't idle that Sunday. They did play, and they won. Same with the Hurricanes. They played that Sunday and they won, which means they are now also 1 point away from clinching. And they have the exact same scenario that the Leafs have. Either Canadians lose or Columbus lose. Either one of those two loses, Carolina's in as well. And Carolina is looking to get something going. The Tampa Bay Lightning. They've had a hell of a run, haven't they? But yeah, how do we? It was 10 years ago. It was 10 years ago that they made the final against Chicago. That was their first final appearance since '04 when they won the thing. And of course, they've made the final 3 more times since then, three all in a row, and won 2 cups. So they've had a quite impressive run, and it could continue this year. Now they actually do play. They played against the Islanders, who are also trying to jockey for position. And what has to happen is they have to win, and they have to win. The Canadians have to lose, and the Blue Jackets have to lose, and both losses have to be in regulation. And like I said, Tampa, pretty strong, second place in the Atlantic, ahead of this team. And then we have it, the aforementioned Florida Panthers. They have kind of hit a skid, like I said. They were leading the division for most of this month. Now they sit behind not only Toronto but behind Tampa Bay via tiebreaker. But they're definitely going to be playoff bound. All three of those teams in Atlanta, they're going to be playoff bound. They're this close. And the Panthers, for the look of it, they have a magic number of 4 because the scenario is they have to win against Montreal in regulation in 3 periods. They have to win in regulation, and Columbus has to lose in regulation. And if that happens, the Panthers will officially be back in to defend to again defend their Eastern Conference championship. Remember, they're back-to-back conference champions, but overall to defend that cup they won last year. And I mentioned Florida was is actually back-to-back defending conference champions. Here's the team that beat them in 23, Vegas. Now Vegas had a chance to clinch last night. Unfortunately, the Avs didn't get it done against Calgary. Well, in more ways than one, because Vegas needed Calgary to lose in regulation, but that game went to overtime. Even if we had won, it wouldn't have fallen through for Vegas. But Vegas is in action, and there's a few ways they can get in. They play the Oilers. All they have to do, in the immortal words of Vegas of the late great former owner of Vegas's NFL team. Just win, baby. All they have to do is win, they get it. Or if they go to overtime, shootout and lose, they get that 1 point, and either of the following happens. They get 1 point, and either the Flames lose or the Blues lose in regulation. That'll do it. Now the Flames, coming off that win in Denver, are going to be in Utah against the Hockey Club. And the Blues face Detroit, going for their 10th straight win. I think they'll get it too. That's going to be an interesting last 10-0. But yeah, the Blues are going to face Detroit. So I can't really see Vegas looking at those scoreboards. But even if Vegas loses in regulation, if the Flames do too, they're in. So those are the scenarios. 5 teams can get in. All 5 of them can clinch. If any of them clinch, I'll do it all in one video. I'll clap it all. I'll do it all in one video. If any of them clinch, whether it's just one, whether it's 2 out of 5 or 3 or 4 or all 5 of them. If all 5 somehow get in today, it'll be a big congratulatory video to all of them. And if all of them get in, that means the playoff field will be halfway full. And each division will have a spot. Because nobody from the Atlantic or Pacific has clinched yet. But yeah, so if all 5 get in, it'll be 8 teams in total, leaving 8 to go. After today, it'll be 16 days left. So those teams all have a shot to clinch. A couple of them aren't playing, but they can still get in. And chances are I'm going to be doing a congratulatory video for at least, I'm going to say, 2 of these 5 teams. But which 2? Hopefully Toronto's one of them. But we'll see what happens on this wild and crazy Tuesday in the National Hockey League.